Thing is very simple. Without application of force, without application of force, or to be specific, without application of unbalanced forces, there will be no acceleration. You have to understand this. Without application of unbalanced forces, there will be no acceleration. Now, if you remember what is acceleration, acceleration is A is equals to V minus U by T. That is rate of change of velocity, right? Now every details of acceleration and everything was taught to you. Yes, there was any problem in understanding that? No. Rate of change of velocity. When there is rate of change of velocity, A is equals to V minus U by T. Now what happens is without, like I said, without application of force, unbalanced forces. Sir, why are you saying unbalanced forces? Because if there is balanced forces, then the body will remain at rest. If there is unbalanced forces, only then there will be motion in the body, and not only motion, there will be acceleration. Okay, uniform motion is not a result of force. Remember, this is a bullet point. Uniform motion means what? Where v remains constant, right? Velocity remains constant. Uniform motion is not a product of force. Product of force means result of force. Whenever force is applied, you will have acceleration. Acceleration will have to be there. Whenever force is applied, acceleration will have to be there. Now you see, what happens is that if you remember that A is equals to V minus U by T, acceleration is what? Suppose a body is moving. It is moving at a velocity of 5 meter per second. After some time you see the velocity increase to 10 meter per second, right? To increase the velocity, 6 seconds of time is required. So 10 minus 5, V minus U by T by 6 is equals to 5 by 6 meter per second square. This is the acceleration, right? Now you see what actually happens is that, fine, whenever you apply force, this acceleration is there. Even force not only gives rise to acceleration, force also gives rise to retardation. And you know what is retardation? Retardation is negative acceleration. Good. Retardation is negative acceleration. Means whenever a body stops. Understood? Like for example, if an object falls, okay, then there is acceleration. You will say, sir, why are you saying? Because the object is falling under the force of gravity. So if force is there, there will be acceleration. That acceleration is known as acceleration due to gravity, g, which value is 9.8 meter per second square. Sir, always means it is falling, always the acceleration is not changing. No, uniform acceleration is happening. Acceleration can also be uniform, non-uniform, if you don't forget. Uniform and non-uniform, isn't it? Acceleration can also be uniform and non-uniform. If you do not forget, acceleration can also be uniform and non-uniform. So if it can be uniform and non-uniform, so you see what actually happens is that due to the force of gravity there is uniform acceleration. So whenever you see force, you know that there will be either acceleration or retardation. Whenever the force is in opposite direction, there will be retardation because the body will stop. Whenever the force is in the direction of the motion of the body, there will be acceleration because the body will increase its velocity, right? Because if you remember the effects of the force, there is increase or decrease in the velocity. If there is increase in the velocity, then there will be acceleration. If there is decrease in the velocity, then there will be retardation, like you have learnt in the previous chapter, right? You will say sir एक बॉडी मतलब स्टॉप्ड पोजीशन में है, रेस्ट पोजीशन में, तो रेस्ट पोजीशन में है तो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या है, जीरो. जब तुम उसको वेलोसिटी में डाल दो तो कुछ एक इनिशियल वेलोसिटी आ जाएगा, फिर भी तो एक्सेलरेशन ही हुआ, राइट? वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज ही तो हुआ. अगर मूविंग बॉल को स्टॉप किया तो वो भी तो सेम ही बात हुआ, रिटार्डेशन हुआ, यहाँ पे वेलोसिटी जीरो में आ गया. तो यहाँ पे भी तो वी कैन सी हियर that in this case when the body stops, then also it is retardation because the body comes to the rest position from velocity to zero. Initial velocity is something, suppose 8 meter per second, it comes to 0 meter per second, so there is retardation. Final minus initial, it will be negative. So you know the concept of retardation and acceleration, and for if you think carefully, for every action of force except this action, that is change of shape, sorry, this section, this change of shape, all the action of the force gives rise to either acceleration or retardation. Yes, is it clear to you? So now if that is so, this is this and that is there for both uniform and both contact and non-contact forces. Yeah, acceleration can also be uniform and non-uniform, but forces will give rise to uniform motion, uniform acceleration, not motion. It cannot be acceleration. Can force give rise to uniform motion? Yes or no? True or false? Can force give rise to uniform motion? True or false? हाँ, false. अरे फोर्स होने से अभी बोल रहा हूँ कि एक्सेलरेशन होगा, और अगर एक्सेलरेशन होगा थोड़ी यूनिफॉर्म मोशन रहेगा. समझ में आया बात? एक्सेलरेशन होने से तो वो नॉन यूनिफॉर्म मोशन होगा. यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन हो सकता है, वो अलग चीज़ है. एक्सेलरेशन टू यूनिफॉर्मली हो रहा है, लेकिन वेलोसिटी तो इंक्रीज करता रहेगा. यूनिफॉर्म मोशन मतलब सेम वेलोसिटी में जाना. तो तुम फोर्स अप्लाई कर दिया, वो सेम वेलोसिटी में जाएगा, वेलोसिटी इंक्रीज हो जाएगा ना. तो इसीलिए तो मैं बताया यूनिफॉर्म मोशन नहीं हो पाएगा. आया बात समझ में? पकड़ो यहाँ. नाउ देयर आर इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन. देयर आर इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन व्हिच यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. First is, you know that A is equals to V minus U by T. Yes. So AT is equals to V minus U. So AT plus U is equals to V. V is equals to U plus AT. एक मिनट. तो V equals to U plus AT. This is one. Another is S is equals to UT plus half AT square. Another is V square minus U square equals to 2AS. Now our aim should be to do some numericals regarding these three equations. If we do numericals regarding these three numericals, then we will understand a little bit more about forces, because we will understand what can be the situations. We have to understand certain situations. Okay, when you do the numericals, you will understand the situations. Hence, dimag will be cooling. What will be happening? What will be happening? Brain will open. Like what? I'll break your skull and open your brain. So anyway, so now simple tricks to solve numericals, just mentioning. V is equals to U plus AT. Remember here displacement is not there, right? So in the question notice, if displacement is not there, try to use this. S is equals to UT plus half AT square. See, final velocity is not there, right? And V square minus U square equals to 2AS. Time is not there. So according to the given data of the question, whatever is not there, you have to in that way solve the sums. And one more thing, remember, when a body falls freely like this under the force of gravity, then the value of acceleration is g equals to 9.8 meter per second square. In some question they ask you to use 10 meter per second square also, some questions, but the original value is this much. That I will show you pore how. So the body falls like this, right? Falls. Now remember, when a body falls, the initial velocity u is equals to 0, isn't it? कारण बॉडी तो यहाँ पे है, जब छोड़ दोगे या कोई छोड़ देगा तब हल्का से फॉल करेगा, तो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या हुआ? 0. फाइनल वेलोसिटी पता नहीं, वो निकालना पड़ेगा. जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट ट्रैवल होता है वो यहाँ से यहाँ तक है, दिस इज एक्चुअली हाइट. द डिस्प्लेसमेंट बिकम्स द हाइट, इजंट इट? टाइम वगैरह तो तुम खुद निकाल लोगे, इतना मैं बताना चाह रहा था. सबसे बड़ी बात है कि एक्सीलरेशन विल बी इक्वल्स टू 9.8. लेकिन बॉडी को अगर ऊपर की तरफ उछालोगे ऐसे, तो एक्सीलरेशन विल बी इक्वल्स टू -9.8. पूछो क्यों? रिटार्डेशन हो रहा है, ऊपर की तरफ उठ रहा है, फोर्स के अगेंस्ट में भेज रहे हो. फोर्स तो इसको नीचे की तरफ खींच रहा है ना, फोर्स के अगेंस्ट में तुमने भेज दिया, तो रिटार्डेशन हो रहा है. तो रिटार्डेशन हो रहा है मतलब वेलोसिटी घटते 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 घटते, ये वेलोसिटी बढ़ते बढ़ते नीचे जा रहा था, वेलोसिटी घटते 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 ऊपर जा रहा है, तो यहाँ पे जाके फाइनल वेलोसिटी v इक्वल्स टू क्या हो जाएगा? हाँ, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी विल बी समथिंग, बिकॉज यू इमेजिन, नो, यू आर स्टैंडिंग समवेयर एंड थ्रोइंग द बॉल अप. आर यू नॉट गिविंग इट एन इनिशियल वेलोसिटी? So what happens is, suppose this pen is there, if you try to put the pen up, if you try to put the pen up like this, so you were like this when putting the pen up or any object up, you are applying an initial velocity. When the pen will release my hand, it will release with initial velocity, go up with retardation -9.8, and velocity will decrease, decrease, decrease and stop somewhere, right? And then fall down. It will fall momentarily for a small second of time. If you do like this for a small second of fraction of second of time, it stops, then falls. So the final velocity is 0. So when we throw any object upwards, the initial velocity is there, retardation is -9.8, and final velocity is 0. But if we leave any ball from upwards, then initial velocity is 0, final velocity is not 0, but acceleration is 9.8. Because when you leave, it will leave like this. You don't have to throw like this. Yes, understood? Pause it. A body is thrown with an initial velocity u. Okay? So when it is thrown with an initial velocity u and it reaches this point, okay, initial velocity u and it reaches this point, they have asked that how much, which is the highest, how much high or the highest point or maximum height, they say, because the maximum height will depend on the initial velocity. How hard you throw it, utna ऊंचा उठेगा. So that only I will prove. Let this be h. Okay, so you know that s is equals to ut plus half at square, बट यहाँ पे टाइम का कुछ दिया ही नहीं है, तो टाइम छोड़ो. v स्क्वायर माइनस यू स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू 2as, इसको अगर इस्तेमाल करेंगे तो इक्वेशन बनना चाहिए v स्क्वायर माइनस यू स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू, अगर मैं 2as ले भी लूँ तो v यहाँ पे फाइनल वेलोसिटी 0 होना चाहिए. क्यों 0 होना चाहिए फाइनल वेलोसिटी? क्योंकि जाके रुक जाएगा. माइनस यू स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 2 into acceleration is g. Is it positive g or negative g? Negative. हाँ, तो minus g into s is h, maximum height. तो minus u square is equals to minus 2gh. तो minus minus cancel, u square is equals to 2gh. तो h is equals to u square by 2g. This is the formula for maximum height. See, it is surely proved g is always 9.8, no question about it. So it surely only depends on initial velocity, that how much hard you will throw, how much high it will go. So this is one namuna of the thing that I have done. In this type of questions may be asked to you, what is the maximum height? Directly you can use this formula, or you have to use this formula to do the numericals. Now we will do some numericals. Okay.